This isn't a why me. It's a why me that was told to me by somebody else who actually experienced it, and it's such a great story that you can do it about why me. It doesn't have to be necessarily me. A friend of mine was an adult, and he told me about the worst date he ever had. It wasn't really a date, but when he was a sophomore in high school, there was a girl that he really fancied, and she wouldn't give him the time of day. She was the teen queen, and everybody wanted to date her, and he had a crush on her, but she just would look right through him. And one Saturday afternoon, she called him. She called him, and he couldn't believe, is this a mistake? Do you have the right number? And she said, Tony, his name, I have to babysit tonight. Would you like to come and drop by where I'm babysitting? Well, things like this don't really happen. You know, this beautiful, unapproachable girl is inviting him to come and be with her alone in somebody's house. So she said, I have to be at their house at 7:30. So if you come at 8, it'll work out okay, and they're not going to be back till late. Well, he's tripping over himself with delight, and so he shows up at 8. She invites him in, and she shows him around and says we have to be quiet because there's twins in the other room, and that's great. And then she makes it an advance towards him, the move, like we can take advantage of this being together here. The kids are asleep, and now he can't believe that this is really happening to him. And then suddenly he and Cindy hear a rustling of a key trying to get in the lock, and she said, "Oh my God, they're back! They weren't going to be back till midnight. They're back already. Oh my, what are we going to do?" And of course, he's about petrified now. And she said, come here. And she leads him into a bedroom and puts him in the closet and closes the door in the closet and said, "You'll be okay in here." This is a why me moment right there. And with that, he's got his ear to the door thinking, what clever ruse is she going to have to get me out of here? And what he strains his ear to hear is the worst thing he could have heard, which was, "Well, thank you, Mr. and Mrs. Jones. I'd be happy to come back again any other time." And now he's in the closet. How does he get out of this? And, he's a 16-year-old guy. And it got even worse when the mother, who was still not, in her early 20s, comes in and begins to take her clothes off. And he's got the door open just to peek, just to see what's going on. He said, "I can't do this anymore." So he opens the door, and just without saying anything or acknowledging her, he just and as he told the story years later as an adult, he said, to this day, I don't know if I was set up or if she was just doing that to have me on, or if there was something there that just went bad because of bad timing. But certainly that why me moment stayed with him all his life, that he remembered 40 years after the event. Thanks.